The X's and the O's of football moving into the 21st century. All NFL teams and fans will now have the chance to track players' action in real time this season. Zebra Technologies is putting chips on every player. And for example, you'll be able to see how fast and far players run. Joining us right now is Anders Gustafsson. He is CEO of Zebra Technologies. Gustafsson, did I say that? Oh, okay.
You got it perfectly.
Anders, thank you so much for joining us, Anders. What you're doing at Zebra Technologies is really changing the game. And sports franchises everywhere are trying to get more people into the stadium. Is that the point here, so that you can be much more interactive and have people at home and in the stadium following their players? Yeah,
the reason NFL went forward with the player tracking system is around helping the fan. It's all about the fan experience. There are side benefits of being able to help the coaches and all the scouts and all this, but the core tenet of it is to help the fans.
So how do you characterize your business right now? You're not a sports business. You're a technology company.
We're a technology company. We're very diversified across a whole raft of different verticals. So sports is, you can say, our newest vertical. But what we do for the NFL is basically what we do for any company. We say what we do for our customers is that we help them increase visibility into their operations by connecting the physical world to the digital world. And you look at the NFL application, you now basically instrumented the players. So you can have a digitally visual experience.
By putting sensors on the body.
Yeah, we put 2 sensors under the shoulder pads for each player in all the stadiums.
I love it.
How much do people get it on that front? If you look at baseball, for example, Theo Epstein in Chicago, he's got like a whole field team of quants. But when you go to like an NFL team, how many people actually get what you're trying to tell them?
So today, I think that's still something that the NFL is working on, to make sure that all the coaches, everybody can get that in real time.
Right.
But today, it's more for the fan. So if you're in the stadium, in the arena, you can see on the big screens kind of who's on the field, what position they are. You can get statistics about how they move, how fast they run, how fast they accelerate. And now NFL has a relationship with Xbox for Microsoft. So
that's cool.
You can sit at home and you can double click on a player and you can get all the statistics around that person.
What about delivering that via just the television broadcasts of these games?
So you can get a lot of that from the television broadcast also. One of the trickier part from a broadcast perspective is that if you want to follow a player, you got to pick which player you want to follow before the game, before the play. Otherwise, it's not quite as real time.
It's amazing. I mean, just the way we watch football has changed so drastically. I know that one little change was just the line that tracks the football in the field, because they were targeting women with this, right? Because women didn't like watching football. They couldn't, I guess. Women had a harder time keeping track of where the football was on the field and like where the play was on the field. So they did that. Is this, do you think, going to bring more people to watching the NFL? Is this going to increase the already massive fan base?
Yeah, I think that you look at like fantasy football. This is a way for the NFL to engage with all their fans through the week. You can now go home and you can look at statistics. You can have your fantasy football team.
Or on the job, which is a bigger problem.
Well, we should point out that your biggest industry is retail. Because you're using sensors. That makes a lot of sense at the checkout counter. And your fastest growing industry is healthcare.
Healthcare is the fastest growing one.
Why?
So healthcare, I think, has become a very
we're measuring everything in our bodies.
Yeah, and healthcare was not a when healthcare had, say, technology choices to make before, they would invest in a X-ray machine or a revenue-generating machine. Today, with electronic health records, you now have a chance to track or consolidate all the data around a patient in one place. So a couple of things that we can do is that bedside care is an example. A caregiver comes in and scans the barcode on the wristband, scans the barcode on the medication, and scans his or her own thing to make sure that the right patients get the right medication, right dose at the right time by an authorized caregiver.
So real quick, what does your fantasy football draft look like with all the info you have?
My draft is secret. Otherwise, everything.
Anders, we love the company. Great stuff. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll be watching Zebra Technologies. Real innovation there. Next.